something you can't fix.
If you can't fix what's broken, you'll go insane.
It's Jay and Adam. It's Preview.
It's Preview's Fix It with Adam and Jay.
Hey, peaches! Oh, welcome to Fix It, where friends don't let friends fix pop culture alone.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Jay. And you're our listener.
Well, hey there, listeners.
Heidi ho, listeners. Listener ho.
Did you almost call our audience a bunch of hoes?
I almost did, yeah.
You almost
Heidi
did.
ho, listeners.
Listener
Listener
hoes?
hoes.
Or maybe they're all Canadian.
Yeah. What?
Hosers? Hosers?
Hosers?
Hey, hosers.
Oh, hey there, listener hosers.
Hey there,
Welcome
hosers.
to Fix It with Adam and Jay. How are you?
Hey there, hi there, ho there, hosers.
Hey there. We got our Timmies, and we're just hanging
Oh,
out.
you know, like you can't start a day without my Timmies.
Oh yeah, there. Hey now.
Hey now, how about them Canucks, huh? Go Vancouver. How's my Canadian accent? It's more like Minnesotan.
Yeah. Well, they're
I'm just following your lead. I'm coasting in your wake, Jay.
Wee. Welcome to Fix
Smooth
It.
sailing.
If you don't know us, I'm Jay. That's the lovely Adam, our loveliest of boys, our sweet, sweet hoser.
You're a hoser. You hoser. Sorry.
I'm not your hoser guy.
Yeah. I'm not your guy, buddy.
You may know us from the from the dying star level power up is hugely successful, the absolute gold star blue ribbon winning podcast, winning YouTube. Let me start that again.
Yeah, you can do this.
Hey,
There's a lot of good ideas there.
You may know us from the best YouTube channel to ever exist
Oh my God.
in all of time, here into perpetuity. Anyone that claims it must pay fealty. They will know our wrath. They will know our justice. It will be swift and terrible. Previewed, a reaction channel on YouTube.
Who would have thought a reaction channel would have been the best
Yes,
YouTube channel?
we will travel all time and space.
Yeah, get out of the way, Vlog Brothers. Eat our dust, Mr. Beast, who I believe has 10 million times more subscribers than we do.
Yeah, he has this. If we're a hulking juggernaut, he's
Galactus?
He's the rest of the universe. And if
you look out into the night sky, and all you see is mustache, Jay.
yes, indeed. But this is our podcast, Fix It, where Adam and I get together every week, and we take a piece of pop culture that maybe missed the mark, maybe didn't quite get there, maybe just needs a little
nudge,
extra push in the right direction, and we fix it. And to this week, we are fixing a very recent film to come out.
This is our most recent episode. No, the fix we're doing is a very recently released movie. The most recently released movie.
You got there.
Eventually. There were a lot of words, and they started with R's,
Yeah.
and it was all recent.
We're fixing Black Adam, the Rock vehicle, the DC property, the Shazam villain,
Yeah.
Black Adam. Or Captain Marvel, excuse me. I know it's Captain Marvel, but I always just call him Shazam.
No, you're right, Jay. It is Shazam now. It was Captain Marvel. Then DC and Marvel like, hey, we can't have both characters have the same name. Fix it. And DC was like, oh, we'll just call him Shazam then. Okay, great.
Shazam's pretty fun, too.
It is better than Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Even though I think
I think I got lost in the sauce because I did a lot of research about the character, and they continue to refer to him as Captain Marvel, and I was like, But if you think about it, Captain Marvel just conceptually as a name is like one of the most like basic.
Sure.
You're like, can you believe they did it? I was like, yeah, guys,
It was
these
the
are
golden age, man.
guys.
Yeah, that's the name. That was the naming convention back
There's
then.
like it's a title and then a wondrous name and then a wondrous noun. Mm-hmm. Like that's about it.
That's all
Concept.
That's all what you needed back in the day.
Wait, what'd you just say?
That's all you needed back in the day.
Oh, okay.
What did you think I said?
I'm not sure.
Okay. We've been talking a lot today, Jay.
We really have. We also we saw Wakanda Forever this morning.
No, we've already retaped our reaction and review to it, which in all likelihood you've already seen because you guys are listening to this on a Tuesday, and that all came out on the Saturday.
Well, they're listening to this in 2 weeks because this upcoming Tuesday is Green Lantern.
It's so you guys are so far in the future from when we're doing this.
In the future, spooky, scary. I don't know, man. But before we get into Black Adam, how are you?
I'm exhausted from doing my civic duty.
Civic duty.
Which I believe explains why words are a little rough and things are coming out in weird orders. Because I did 2 full days of jury duty this week. And it's tiring, man. Let me put it this way. When things are kept snappy, it's fine. If you get like a new witness every hour, it's great.
And I'm sure it's interesting to like figure out how it actually works.
Yes. But the second day, we talked for. I don't want to say too. I'm not allowed to say many specifics about anything yet.
No.
But from a general perspective. The way people talk to each other about things, and like I have a concept that I'm very knowledgeable about, and like you might not know, but I can like pretty much explain like at year 5 and get you to kind of figure out what I'm talking about. You know, probably inside of like 2 minutes.
Sure.
In the legal realm, in order to do something like that,
in the land of legal,
you kind of have to talk for like an hour to legally set up precedent of how this guy knows what he knows, and then walk him through all the steps he would do to do a thing, and then he's got to kind of keep it at a simplified level so that the jury can figure out. And it takes a very long time to do that.
Because it's all about the transcript. It's all about the court,
Yes,
document.
It's all about asked and answered, and can only the lawyer has to ask the certain question, and then they're supposed to only answer that question, and they really don't like we would just ask us a question and we can just go to the podcast. Behold the business model.
We could just talk.
That's not how it's supposed to work. I ask you a question, you answer that question in a couple of sentences, next question. And it just takes forever to get through some things. And man, oh man, and the quibbling of like, well, you said this before, now you're saying this, and it's like, it's like that's not.
Can I get him? Can I catch him?
The answer is no. It's very interesting and kind of cool learning about this stuff, but at the same time, it's also slightly maddening because it's just like, can we please move faster than this, guys?
You should talk about the one thing that I thought was the most interesting. You can't really react. Which is so funny.
And here's the thing. By the end of the second day, I was cracking. There was we got through an expert witness going through a lot of stuff, and it took him an hour and a half to get through to give us the relevant information. I was like, here's the evidence. It took us an hour and a half to get to here's the bullet point we need you to know about the evidence. It's this.
Papa.
So then the judge is like, okay, the defense attorneys can now cross-examine. And then she goes, and there was a beat, and then she goes, oh, wait, I'm sorry. Yep, nope, we're going to take a 5-minute break. And I was like, oh, thank God. Like I said it. I know the jurors around me, the few jurors around me heard me, and maybe the prosecution might have heard me. I don't know if the judge, because I whispered it, and I was wearing a mask, but there's a general sense of like, oh, thank God. The jury, you could see the jury kind of like a deflate, like a balloon, like, oh, yes. Can we get out of here, please? My butt hurts. We're all very tired of sitting here. We need to get out of this room. Please let us get out of this room right now. We need space. We need to walk around.
But like, you just have to take all this stuff to the teefers, and you can't react to anything. And I think that's so funny because that is literally your job.
It's very hard. And the funny thing was that the expert witness was like scientist me. Like, we look very similar, but he's just an expert in his field. And when people were
you.
Thank you. But when people were asking him questions about science and stuff, he was like, I don't know, yeah, probably you could probably do that. Like, it was Adam energy if I was maybe just a little bit older and knew a lot about science. So I'm like watching this guy like a hawk. Like, I'm
go kiss him.
I'm holding to see how I kiss.
See how you kiss.
Maybe after the trial, if he's still there, I'll find him and said,
Look,
hey,
you gotta know how you kiss. You know?
I think we're probably genetic twins. You could do some science and figure out how close we are with our DNA. Let's kiss. Because I'm like holding on to what he's saying, like by my fingernails. Like I'm following you, but like I'm almost losing you, but like I'm just barely hanging on. But can we? That's the evidence. Great. Can we go? But so it's been a long week, even though we only did 2 days. It's been a lot of absorbing information and knowledge about stuff.
Yeah.
And I think we have maybe one more day of witnesses and evidence and stuff like that. And then I think we're going to get to what I'm looking forward to the most is the jury deliberations of when the 12 of us go back in the room. And like, because I don't know what the procedure is in the room of like, okay, we're all here now. The trial's over. And this is all the facts. And I'm sure I think we might have access to like all of the props and stuff that the prosecution brought in. So like, hey, okay, so like, you know, where's that slide? Oh, it's here. Here's the diagram. He's like, oh crap. So we like, I don't say like physically handle everything because everything's still like in bags and stuff, but like we would be able to like look at pictures and like figure out like boop, 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 boop. But so I'm looking forward to the talking part.
Yeah.
Where we can actually, because here's the thing, we're not allowed to talk to each other.
Yeah.
So like there are 15 people because there's a couple alternates there as well at the same. They're in the room. They're in chairs next to us.
Wouldn't it be so funny if someone on the jury was a peach? They're like, oh my god, I've been so excited.
That would be hilarious.
You're Adam.
Yeah, that
That'd
would be
so
hilarious. But like, I don't know. I've been sitting next to these people for 2 days, and like the day before that, or when I got selected, don't know any of these people. Like even when I look, like when I'm in the hallway, like walking around, like when we're taking breaks, like. Oh, like I'm just like not even recognizing, just like seeing new people every time. I was like, you're the one I guess in front of me down on the end of the aisle because like I just see the back of your head. I don't have no idea what you look like because I'm like not allowed to talk to you.
To me.
So, like, yeah, there's a nice woman sitting next to me. No idea who she is. Don't know her name, but like she's been very nice and polite. But just like this, it's so weird being this close and having something important to do and not knowing anybody who's doing it with me.
Yeah.
Until I guess we're in the room and be like, hey, what's everyone's names?
So crazy.
Because we need to like talk about this and figure out figure out law and stuff.
Whew.
So I'm just a little tired. But it seems like we're pretty close to be done. I think we only have a couple more days left.
That'd be great. That'd be great if you could be done by Andor next week.
I know.
Thank you for doing the edit.
Oh, yeah. No, there was no way.
It just wasn't gonna work.
Well, no. Here's the thing. Andor episode 10 was too nuanced.
It was more for me. I was like, this is actually a huge. It's more that you know what it was. It was a really good reaction from us. It was a good episode of our show and a good episode of their show.
Very so, yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is not the one. This is not the one.
No.
And but like I also had like one of those days where I was like struggling with my own inadequacy, and I was like, I need to just admit to Adam that I can't do this, but like if I'm not in a good space enough to admit that. You know what I mean? Some days you have those days where you're like, I was like, man, I've already been down on myself all day. If I like cave on the one thing that like
the team needs me to do right now.
I was like, fortunately, you were very kind, and it was fun, and it worked out fine.
Well, as soon as
you have those moments where you're like,
I mean,
no.
At this point in my life, Jay, I believe in myself. So I've drinking my own Kool-Aid. I just believe in myself all the way. But the thing, I mean, as soon as you didn't have time to be able to practice with the shortest episode of Tales of the Jedi, I was like, oh, there's no way I'm going to give this to you because like it's 40 minutes and we don't say a lot. It's just a lot of like, oh, just facial expressions and us like yelling with Andy Serkis. So I was like, no, this is an advanced level reaction.
Yep.
I'm not going to. No, this wouldn't be fair.
Yeah, I know, but I appreciate you. Thank you.
The only thing that messed me up that night was you talking to me about Power Rangers for an hour. I didn't get done until after midnight.
I know. You were more than happy to talk to me about it,
I love talking about Power Rangers.
Yeah, that was not...
It's just a little...
I thought you were like rendering or something and you needed a buddy. Oh, well, I would have left you the hell alone.
Oh, it's okay. I thought you really wanted to talk about
You
Power
were-
Rangers.
I did, but you were so excited about
I
everything.
like talking about Power Rangers. I never talk about Power
I thought
Rangers.
you were were loading stuff up, and so you had downtime. So I thought I was keeping you company.
You were,
Just tell
you
me
were
to-
for a while.
Just tell me to take a hike.
I'm not that mean, Jay.
Oh, but I
And that's all. Also, I'm bad at that. Like hanging up on the phone. I can't do stuff like that.
Oh.
I can't get out of phone conversations.
Adam, with me, you do not. You have my implicit permission. If you need me to go, I will not be offended.
I know.
Ever.
Well, I knew. I
Feel bad. I thought I was. Because you were more than eager to talk to me.
I
was.
was.
Like, clearly, he's just killing time right now, while the computer does this thing. Oh shoot.
It's okay. It all worked out.
Now that we talk about it, I thought
You had a paint
maybe-
your tingle of.
I thought maybe it was like I should probably get the hell out of here, but we're having so much fun.
We were.
Ah shoot.
It's all good. We talked about Power Rangers for an
I
hour.
ruined everything. All right. So, speaking of ruining everything, Black Adam.
Black Adam.
2022's Black Adam,
The
starring
movie.
The Rock.
Yes. The movie I was going to say that's been in the works for over a decade.
No,
The Rock's been trying to get this movie made for a very long time.
really?
Yeah. Before Man of Steel.
No way.
Mm-hmm. This is part of a passion project for The Rock.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Why? But why would he try to? It's such a niche character.
Well, also, he's perfect for it.
Oh, No, that's the thing. Is that like The Rock as Black Adam is very, very good.
Yes.
But he has the look. He can. He has the vibe.
Yeah.
Like it's a great. That is a great cast.
Yep.
But he was trying to make this before even other DC movies were made.
Well, in 2008, I believe, is what the article said he started. No way. Well, 2008. That is in and around where Iron Man comes in. So,
But that's insane to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Adam and I saw this movie we saw it Monday.
Monday. We saw it Monday night.
Oh wow, we saw it this week.
We did see it this week. Yeah, it's been a long week, right?
Yeah.
We saw it in IMAX with 3 other people.
3 other people.
In an IMAX theater. It was a great movie-going experience. I loved it.
Oh, I had a great time watching the movie.
Oh yeah, yes. That is my preferred way of seeing a movie.
Do you want to know a fun fact?
Sure, what?
I have been in that IMAX theater
Mm-hmm.
and seen a movie with less people.
No.
I went and saw Warcraft in IMAX.
That makes sense.
With Alex
Okay.
and one other dude. That other dude sat right next
No.
dude, I am not
No.
even making it up. I am not. He sat like not right next to us, but
close enough.
But like a seat away. I was like, bro, there are 500 seats
There's
in here.
so many. Yeah, this is a big-ass theater.
They could fly a helicopter in here. Like, why are you?
Were you guys in the middle?
We-
Like 2 middle seats?
To be fair, we were in like row E. That's the best place to see a
IMAX.
IMAX. And so we were in the sweet spot. So like if he was just trying to get the best viewing experience, I understand.
But you can
bro,
you can back up.
Bro,
You can back up a little.
Why would you do that?
Come on, that's that's like peeing next to you in the next stall. Like what are you doing?
When it's an
Get
empty
out of here.
bathroom, don't. Why
yeah,
are you?
get a
Are
s-
you
Yeah, away.
Yeah.
Away.
Excuse me,
Go
sir.
to the opposite corner, sir. You know the rules here.
Excuse me, sir. Yeah. yeah. Shoo. Skedaddle.
Put it away, and yeah.
But yeah, we saw Black Adam. We forgot that it came out. We didn't realize.
It came out 3 weeks ago.
Came out 3 weeks ago. We didn't.
Well, when we saw it, it was like just maybe just after 2, just a little over 2 weeks prior to when we saw it. But yeah, when it was like Black Adam came out, I was like, oh no, oh that sneaky little crafty movie. I did not remember that was coming.
But also,
Oops.
sometimes when we forget, like when we didn't realize it's happened before. Sometimes something comes out and we get comments on videos being like, "Hey, where is your where's your Black Adam review?" We got no comments.
I think I saw one. I saw one.
Nothing to like kick us in the pants because because we got a text from, I think it was from producer Brian being like, "Hey, how'd you like Black Adam?" We're like, "What?" What?
Doesn't that come out like
It's
next
out.
week?
It came out on
Doesn't
Friday.
it come out in November?
No, it's been out for an entire weekend.
Oh.
Shoot. Whoops.
Oh, yeah. And like on second thoughts, like, oh yeah, that needs to be out as much time between now and when Wakanda Forever comes out. So
Yeah.
it would make sense. It should be out now because it was the #1 movie for 3 weeks.
It did. I mean, it did all right.
It did
at
all
the
right.
box office. It did okay.
Did all right.
It did not do well critically, but
No.
Oh, I read some when I was doing research for this episode. I saw some. There were some mean,
Really?
mean reviews.
Oh.
Of this movie.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, maybe Brian should tell us about them.
Yeah. Brian, before we hop into Black Adam, why don't you roll that beautiful bean fun fact footage?
Thank you, gentlemen. Today we're trying to fix 2022's Black Adam. Directed by Jaume Collet-Serra, it stars Dwayne Johnson, Sarah Shahi, Aldous Hodge, and Pierce Brosnan. This movie had around a $200 million budget, and as of recording this video, it has made $353.1 million. Fun fact, opening weekend it made around $67 million, which is the highest opening weekend for Dwayne Johnson in a leading man role. And if you care, on Rotten Tomatoes, there's a huge gap between the critics' consensus and the audience score. The critics' consensus is 40%, where the audience score is 89%. And just one quick correction, you should have seen Green Lantern and the Fast and the Furious Thanksgiving spinoff before this episode. If you haven't, then the schedule got all messed up, but you definitely have. Anyway, back to you, gentlemen.
Good job, Brian.
Great job, Brian.
I can't believe you said all those mean things about Black Adam.
Yeah, man. You really,
That was so cruel.
really dunked on it.
Why would you do that? The movie is good.
And
I say good as in straight across the plate.
yes.
It's just a B minus, like, oh, this movie's good.
Yes. For me, because, yeah, I had fun at the theaters.
Absolutely.
You know what? Honest to God, I think that the main positive thing about Black Adam, it's fun watching The Rock have superpowers. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, when he was doing all of his, like, superpower stuff, I was like, you like, just feel it in your body. Like, I think he could probably actually do that.
This feels right.
Yeah,
I like this.
I believe.
Yes.
I believe that he's doing this.
Punch away, sir. Punch away.
Get him.
Yeah, because that's all the movie really needed to do.
But I think the biggest sin for this movie, in my opinion, and we talked about this on the way home after seeing it, but like the structure of this film is so tough.
This movie is just over 2 hours, I think,
And it felt longer.
It felt longer.
It felt longer than that.
I mean, with all it, The Rock. I think is this the first time The Rock's been a superhero? Kind of not in kind of like the Tooth Fairy and stuff like that, but like in the modern era,
In the TM superhero, yeah.
Then it feels good. He's very good at this. It feels right. I loves it. But that being said, the story is amazing. I think they did a good job with the story.
I think the overarching story is pretty good.
Is pretty good.
But the way they tell it
is not great.
Terrible. The perfect example of this, and I the perfect example.
I think I know what you're
is
gonna
that
say.
Adam and I both thought the movie was over. We thought they vanquish Black Adam, or they get him to say Shazam and depower, and they go put him in the superpower prison.
They lock him away
And I
in
was
the
like,
tube.
All right. I was like, this
all right.
is satisfactory. And then it's literally like the movie doesn't really know how to drive stick that well, and tried to pop it back into clutch. And then I guess there's more of this movie.
When the movie kept going, it's like, wait, was that the end of Act 2?
Yeah, it felt like the end of Act 3.
Oh.
And it was like, oh, well, now the crown actually, but you killed him, so that was what actually activated the crown, and so now he's the devil man. He's coming, and I was like, hey, I stopped. I thought we were good. I thought we were all good here. I thought we did it.
That wasn't really set up at the beginning.
At all?
at all. Because like the beginning, they did a good job of showing and telling. Here's the backstory. Kondak was ruled by an evil guy, and they kept mining for Eternium, which is a thing. That is a thing in DC universe. It's parts of the Rock of Eternity. So like, yeah, they're imbued with magic, and people would want them. And the people needed a hero, and the young boy like became the hero, and he's Black Adam, and blah 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 blah. And then the twist at the end, which was great.
No, the twist at the end that turned into another twist at the end. That's another thing that frustrated me about this movie. When you find out that it wasn't it was his son.
Yeah.
That inevitably
gave him the powers.
Or no, the twist of him being locked away wasn't. The first twist was, they didn't trap you. Or that wasn't your final resting place.
Yes.
That was your
prison.
Your
prison, yeah.
It wasn't a tomb, it was a prison.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, interesting. Like, he's actually a bad guy. And they're like, oh, but I'm actually not supposed to have these powers. I was like, how many more twists are we going to have to... Like, the amount of moments where Rock was like, I'm not really what you think I am.
I'm not a hero.
And I'm not a hero.
I'm not a hero.
Like, it happened so many times that I was like, are we going to find... Like, what are we going to find out that, like, he's actually a hologram? He's not actually here? Like, what are we going to find out more about Black Adam? And it's just like, yeah, it just... But, it clicked into that... clicked into that third act. Like, I was completely satisfied with the end... What I thought was the ending.
Yes. So was I. But then we're back on that cool Hawkman ship with the younger JSA members, and they're talking about stuff. I was like, why are we?
Do you remember that entire conversation talking about how that ship was indestructible and then it aggressively got destructed?
It was made out of nth metal, yeah.
Yeah.
Did it get destructed? It got ripped apart. Like, he pulled it apart and threw it.
Yeah, that would indicate to me that it was destroyed.
Oh. Well, that's just how strong
this is all nth metal, right? Yeah, down to the screws. I'm like,
yeah, he did say
cool.
that. Yeah.
I was like, why would you? Why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you? I don't know, man.
Well, maybe he's made out of nth metal. As we saw today, vibranium can stab through vibranium. So
that's true. But yeah, and then what we're alluding to, the JSA is in this movie.
The JSA was great in this movie.
I would argue that the JSA. I love that the JSA is in this movie. I really liked a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate
was really good.
It rules. It's really good. And I liked, as much as I was bummed that I was like, he has to sacrifice himself at the end of this movie. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But like it bummed, but I was like, I actually really care about this character. I'm bummed that he has to do this, but like I appreciate that like it's the only way.
Yeah. And the helmet moves on to somebody else. Like there will be another Dr. Fate.
Of course.
So wait, another story thread that's out there.
But it was, for me, I understand that they needed to put the JSA stuff in the trailer in order to
get people to come.
To get people pumped.
Sure.
I would argue that if they had kept that a secret,
yes,
I think that would have popped off even more.
Mm-hmm.
I think if it was like, if it hit Twitter, like people hit Twitter being like, guys, you need to go, there's some other stuff in Black Adam you're going to be real jazzed about. And that's really cool. And quite honestly, I thought they handled the JSA stuff quite well.
Yes.
Even like the smaller character, Cyclone was fun.
Cyclone was great.
It was really
she
good.
really worked in live action. She was amazing.
And that's a character that could not. You know what I mean? Like,
very easily.
That could have not worked.
She's also a smaller character.
But if that hit the ground running, like, and you had that word of mouth, that's the kind of stuff that gets people to go see movies.
Here's why they needed to put it in the trailer. There's nothing else they could put in the trailer. That's the other problem with the movie.
Yeah.
Because the third act comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. You're right.
Because like, death is life? It's upside down and backwards?
That's not how language works.
Oh my God. Wait a second. Where is this coming from? Because they didn't really do the best job of setting up. It just said at the beginning, the crown has the power of seven demons or something like that. I'm pretty sure, because I've only seen the movie once.
No, it has the power to go to the demon, like
I'm pretty sure it said it had the power of seven demons in it.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think it said anything about being the demon's champion, because that's a really, really cool idea. It's also from the comics. That would have been awesome if they just kind of said, hey, this is what this MacGuffin is. This will turn somebody into
Yeah.
a Shazam-esque monster, but for demons.
Yeah.
Oh boy, the bad guys better not get it. Because up until that point, they do it at the beginning. We see the room blow up, and then, we need this crown. And then all we just know is the crown's got power, but we don't know what. Just because it's made of the MacGuffin substance that everyone's looking for. That's all we know about. We don't know it's like, it could turn somebody into a really bad champion. Until like, now you're our champion. What? Because it felt like an ass pull.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like we were building towards it. It's just like, we need to. I guess we're in was that the second act? We're in the third act now. Yeah, we do need a superpowered fight at the end. I guess we're doing this. Okay.
But also, like, so much of there were so many fights trying to get the amount of fights that were like overlong, that trying to fight, like, of the JSA fighting Black Adam,
Yeah.
or Black Adam trying to get information to go find.
Where's the boy?
Yeah, where's
I need the boy.
All of that.
Boy.
I went to the bathroom during
You
an action
did?
sequence. I came back. It was not over.
The bike chase, yeah.
Yeah, it took forever.
There were a lot of bikes, Jay.
It was really cool, but it was like, all right, so like, what are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
And then when they finally got to the kid, I was like that. And in retrospect, I was like, some of these things happened so quickly. Of course, it was only the second act, but I was like,
yeah, but it felt.
It's so hard to tell.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this strikes to, like, I think really at the end of the day, why this doesn't work. And it's like, where to go from here with this character in this franchise gets murky. It's like, is Black Adam a hero? What is his deal?
Okay, I'm really glad you brought this up.
Okay.
Because I'm very excited about, after doing some research about stuff, I'm very excited about Black Adam.
Uh-huh.
And The Rock being in the DCCU, which I'm not. I don't know if that's the proper name for it, but I'm calling it that now because James Gunn's
DCEU?
the DCCU. No extended,
okay.
just another C for Cinematic Universe because James Gunn's in charge now, and
right.
he knows what he's doing, and he brought somebody to help him. So like, they're gonna do it now. So like, it seems like they're gonna do it properly because they have James Gunn in charge. So like, he knows what the heck he's doing.
100%.
But in the comics, Black Adam is forever trapped in the "I'm the bad Shazam" box.
Yes.
People keep trying to do little things here and there with him. And yeah, Jeff Johns has done some neat things or whatever. And everyone kind of like tries to move him towards the grayscale a little bit. But like, no, he keeps falling back into like, nope, I'm just a bad guy. And they need someone, we need, God level powers of Shazam that just works against our heroes. It's always going to be Black Adam. And much like Magneto is a much better character when he's right, but just kind of going about it a slightly different way that our main characters are like, well, maybe you shouldn't do it that way. So is Black Adam. But he's got no room to grow in the comics because they need someone to kind of fill the bad Shazam role, and there's nobody else.
Yeah.
But in reality, having him more like a Wolverine or like a superpower or like a magical Batman of like going about things in a little darker aspect, but like having him be able to grow, he can now grow because he's the main character of a movie franchise.
Yeah.
So he can't be a bad guy. He needs to have a character arc where he is like
100%.
gruff and angry and like maybe, you don't have to kill people. You need information. Like he can slowly learn, but he'll only go so far. I was like, no, but you're right. I could do things better in other ways, but like also, yeet, that guy's gone. Because screw that guy, he just tried to kill some people in my country.
1,000%.
So like, but we're on his side because he's like a Spawn,
Oh, yes.
right?
Yeah.
Like he gives.
Black Adam versus Spawn. That'd be a fun.
That would be fun. But like how Spawn is like really angry and like shoots a lot of people and kills a lot of people, but like we're still on his side because like he's doing these things for the right reason. He's up against people who like give no qualms. So like, and we don't expect him to have the same moral code as a Batman, Superman, or Aquaman. So like, yeah, man. Wreck shop. These guys enslaved your country. Yeet them all over the place.
Yeah.
But he can grow and change and be that gruff, angry uncle to the Marvel family or the Shazam family, the Shazam kids, I guess.
Yeah.
But like be a part of it, but still kind of be like you kids don't know what the real world's like. We're gonna be eating fools and punching holes through people and like, yeah, you know what? Maybe okay, yep, that's Black Adam. He's doing his Good thing he's on our side. Yikes on bikes if he was a bad guy.
Yeah. Well, that actually goes into my fix.
What?
I think it's really cool seeing a bad guy figure. For me, it's really fun seeing the bad guy become a hero. Everyone loves an opposite heel turn.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
The problem is that this movie doesn't do a good enough job making him a heel to start, in my opinion.
That is true.
In that, like, yeah, like, oh, he's murdering people. It's like, yeah, but a majority of that first 20-minute sequence, although watching The Rock just straight up electrify fatality that dude was badass.
Yes.
It was badass. But it's like the majority of the people that he's like, fighting against and killing are also trying to kill him with guns and stuff. So there's really not a lot of there's not a lot of villain stuff, quote unquote, of just like straight up, like, yeah, innocents will get hurt.
Yes.
But there's no vindictiveness to him.
Right.
In a way that, it's, he needs to start, for me, it's just like, it's murky, the anti-hero aspect of him.
Okay.
Whereas, like, with Venom, it's easier because, like, there's an obvious yin and yang.
Right.
In that you have, like, Eddie and Venom, and they're both two characters that have to work together. But this in particular, it was like, this is a sticky wicket, and I don't think they quite nailed it. But,
No, I don't think they quite nailed it either. But all that being said, though, when it comes to DC movies, of, just all of them in the modern era, this is not bad.
No.
I had fun.
I had a great time.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it wasn't,
So,
like,
don't take this
structurally-
don't take this criticism as don't go see it. I think you'll probably really enjoy it.
No, I think, find a big theater, watch The Rock kick butt.
Yeah.
It's fun. Mm-hmm. It's just know that it wibble wobbles.
It's a little clunky here and there, but for the most part,
this movie's kind of a goofy ball. Mm-hmm. It just kind of like has this like weird little weight on the side of it, and just kind of yeah. Mm-hmm. That's. I think it's time to fix.
I'm
this
feeling it in my bones.
Yeah,
Jay.
I think we're there.
It's time to fix it.
The one thing that's driving me crazy, and I was like I can't for the life of me remember the name of the country.
Kahndaq.
Okay, great. I just was like,
Were you gonna say Wakanda?
no, I
was worried in my
here's
brain
the
I would
thing.
swap them
Well,
because we saw
it's
them inside
just
of a week.
It's so fresh that it's like hard to it's hard to. I was like, oh man, don't say the wrong thing.
Kahndaq.
Because I don't know why people hold us to the high standards of knowing everything about everything.
Yes, we take notes when we watch things.
You mean Jay hasn't seen every episode of the Clone Wars? Why would you even do this if Jay doesn't know everything about the Clone Wars? I'm like,
Jay,
because the whole point is us just enjoying and watching. You guys get to watch.
No,
us
the
enjoy.
point is knowing everything and regurgitating facts and knowledge when we watch stuff.
Dude, watch Blind Way for that. Like, what? There are other people.
They know more things than we do,
man.
and there's 4 of them.
Like, Robert and Vanessa know a lot of stuff.
Robert's very smart.
They're so much smarter than us.
They really are.
We're not the smart ones. We're the fun ones. That's like you're like, why are you 2 hours late for picking us up from school? Because we're the fun uncles. We ain't your daddy. All right? You heard it here first.
Robert and Vanessa are your parents. Go to them.
Or whatever the Blind Wave guys' names are. I can't remember. There's too many.
So
of them.
many of them. So I guess with that, I'm probably going first, though.
Yeah, you're going. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
mine gets a little. Mine goes a little off reservation.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mine's a little bit more across the plate. I think the big problem with this movie is that the JSA is in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I say that not because they did a bad job with them, because they didn't. They made the decision they're going to be in this movie, and they did
They
a
could
good.
have explained which Hawkman they're going with.
Because there are multiple versions of Hawkman.
It's like they're
yeah.
like
yeah.
Hawkman of all characters. It's like, oh, well, this
He was a badass.
Yeah.
He was doing all sorts of stuff.
It
but
was
like,
real good.
Is he the cursed one that keeps coming back after he's dead?
Is
or
he
is
an alien?
Yeah.
Is
he
who's-
Thanagarian? Yeah.
Who's to say?
We don't know. But I think just from a story perspective, the JSA took up a lot of screen time that should have been used
1000%.
for Black Adam
Yep.
to do things and learn about stuff and be a character.
Yeah.
So with the movie only being 2 hours long, like we should have spent more time with him learning about like, hey, it's 5,000 years in the future, man. Like it's been all that's changed, and you're in a different situation now, and oh boy. Also, they didn't do a good job explaining what the ultimate bad guy was, so I fixed it.
Oh, okay.
It's an actual bad guy that we'll know
Yeah.
from the beginning. We have some actual actual other superpowered bad guys to
Yeah.
fight, and there's no
I'm in.
JSA.
All right.
So, and also I'm taking lots of parts from the movie itself. So I'm going to skip over some parts, and then
Righteous.
this moment's the same.
So,
is this
it's
moment
like your
and that-
Thor fix.
Yes.
I'm into it.
I'm subtracting the JSA, moving a couple things around, and adding in actual bad guys and setting some stuff up from a foundation point, which will lead to the end. So, okay, basically, for the most part, the beginning stays the absolute same.
Gotcha.
But this time, when the kid, stands up to be the hero and runs away with a piece, then he's gonna get killed, and he's like, nope. Then he's bamfed away to the Rock of Eternity and becomes the champion. But we see him doing more champion stuff than we do in the movie. Like, we see bad guys getting yeeted off. We never see his face, just like the movie. We never see his face because we're gonna still kind of keep the reveal later on of actually he's the son, not the dad.
Gotcha.
But we see oppressors being yeeted away. Maybe we see backlit shadows on the wall of people getting punched and thrown. It's and people freed. So we're gonna see more of that, and then the crown of Sobek is made in response to the actions of the champion. Because in the movie it was the opposite direction. They were trying to make the crown
Yes.
from jump.
Okay.
So I'm making it as they were trying to make the crown because of the champion. The champion came about because they were trying to make the crown.
The champion was freeing slaves and helping Kondok and actually being okay. And so the king is making that makes sense.
And we're going to learn what this crown is. This is what is it? It's the key to hell to get to the demon realm.
Yeah.
And they mention the demons. There's the gods of magic had their champion. Well, the demons also deserve their own champion. And the king is like, how do I keep Kondok and these slaves in line? Well, if they have some magic champion running around eating all my guys, I deserve the power of the demons to hold on to Kondok.
Stop eating all my guys.
Stop! Damn harpoon gang! Get out of here! So that's this, and then the same setup happens. Then we see Black Adam walk into the thing. The room explodes. The same stuff, right? So then everything continues as normal. But when we go to the present, inner gang, all that stuff, Amon and the kid, skateboarding, all the stuff's the same.
Love that kid, man.
He was great.
He was great.
Then Adriana goes to the tomb, but this time it just takes a little bit more effort to get to the crown. There's a little bit more of tomb raiding stuff going on.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a little bit of puzzle.
The penitent man shall pass kind of stuff.
Just
Because we like that. It's fun. It's fun.
And with no JSA in this movie, we have a little bit more time.
Yes, we
so
do.
we can have her be an archaeologist and to realize, oh, wait, this one was hidden for 5,000 years because there was a riddle or a trap or something. She had to work herself a way around to get to it. Well, okay. She gets around the puzzle. She gets the crown. And then then the bad guy shows up. She releases Black Adam. He electrifies everybody. Has a cool fatality. All that stuff's the same. He gets the guy shoots that Eternium rocket at him. And he's like, oh no, he's hurt. Blacks out. All that's the same from the movie. So, this is the big change. This is the first change. After he blacks out and they take him back to their apartment, we cut over to the leader of Intergang. Because remember, Intergang has taken over Kondok because they're looking for Eternium. Do you know what Intergang is? Canonically in the comics.
No.
Okay. So, canonically in the comics, Intergang is an apocalypse-backed gang that runs around Earth doing bad stuff for their own, trying for their own means, but also to help Apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
So they usually have a lot of apocalyptic technology, and they're the thorn in the side of Superman and stuff because they're in the Metropolis a lot, and Darkseid wants to F with Superman as much as possible.
Yeah.
So Intergang is a big deal. The fact they had an Intergang being in charge, mercenaries in charge of Kondok,
it's interesting.
This is interesting.
If they had ever mentioned that stuff,
right.
Or if those guys just weren't just basically paramilitary goons the entire time, and there was something more to it.
Exactly. There's now more to Intergang. They're actually Intergang. So we're going to cut to Intergang, and we're going to see the leader of Intergang in Kondok, and his name is Graven. Now, who's Graven, you say? Well, I went spelunking in the old Wikipedia, and I found out.
No one said who's Graven.
I heard it somewhere. I think maybe Jay said it, or Jay. I think maybe Brian with a Y said it.
I don't think Brian said it either.
I'm pretty sure Brian said it. I heard Brian say it.
I didn't say it.
I'm pretty sure he said it. So, Graven is a new god from Apocalypse. He's Darkseid's third son.
Okay.
So there's Orion, who's part of the new gods.
Sure.
He's one of the good guys. And Calabac,
Yeah.
he's a bad guy.
Or Caliban, right?
I think it's Calabac.
Oh, okay.
I looked. Yeah, I have it written as Calabac. And so Graven's the third one. He's the.
Okay.
So
Neat.
he's like just a big, mean gray guy. Like, it's a general,
Gray
So-
man.
So in this iteration of him, instead of just being like a big dark side type of guy, he's just he's just a big human because he's trying to blend in on Earth. So we can kind of make him big human sized, like wrestler sized.
Oh, interesting.
And we can just have him gray. So he's kind of.
Can I offer an edit to that?
Please.
I like the idea of there being a son of Darkseid who's he's maybe the smart one. Maybe he's a little bit slender. Maybe he looks really good in a suit. Maybe he's a little bit more savoir-faire. Maybe Graven is he looks like a normal human being, but he's just completely gray.
Okay.
Just thought. I don't know. It's kind of fun.
Possibly.
But he still can throw down and stuff.
Because he's going to.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe we'll stick to big one. I don't know. Just a thought.
Well, maybe we combine them. Maybe he
Yeah.
can just be like a Batista. Not Batista, but like a Batista who is a big guy who but can also play and come off as smart and calm and cool and collective.
Yeah, okay.
Because he's trying to he's there on behalf of his father because this movie takes place after Justice League.
Yeah.
So that is still in soft continuity.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a reason why. The reason why Intergang is in contact looking for Eternium is because Darkseid was not cool with whatever his stupid name was, getting his head chopped. I'm using the Snyder cut, getting his head chopped off and thrown through the portal at him.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
That was great.
So and we already saw what Eternium can do to Black Adam. He was wounded from that rocket. So if he's a magic based character and he got wounded by that stuff, what do you think would happen to Wonder Woman or Superman?
Yeah.
If they got hit with an Eternium round or something.
Mm-hmm.
So they're there looking for this resource so they can use against the Justice League.
Absolutely.
So there you go. That's why Intergang is there, and they have somebody actually in charge. It's not Ishmael, who is still the same character from the movie. He's still going to be the descendant of the guy from the beginning. But that's all, hush hush. He's just he was a mole working on Adriana's dig team, but Graven's the guy in charge. So they need to find the crown because that's a huge source of Eternium they could use to, kill Superman or take out Wonder Woman or something like this.
They don't even want to wear the crown. They want to melt it down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They want the crown for the resources, not the actual power. Because they're new gods, man. They have power. They're fine with that part. They want weapons. So now we're going to Act 2. So this is the same thing. Black Adam wakes up in Amon's room and what is all this stuff? Oh, I'm surrounded by DC Comics paraphernalia, which is all why did Jim Lee draw this? Okay, whatever. So in this version, without the JSA, Amon's going to be the one who kind of takes on the lore dump of, hey, here's what the modern world's like. Here's all this information about the heroes and what's been going on in the past 5,000 years, but mostly my childhood with all these heroes. Because Superman's really cool and he's big and powerful, and Batman's kind of scary, and Wonder Woman's really pretty, and Aquaman's he talks to fish, he's kind of weird, but he's still pretty cool. That guy's pretty rad. But the thing is, none of them come here to help us. The same point needs to be made.
Oh,
they don't come here
because they're okay.
Because it's just internationally it would not make. Yeah, it's a sticky wicket to get to interfere in international affairs.
Intergangs in the pocket of all of our politicians. This would be an international incident.
Mm-hmm. We still need our champion back because Amon's still the same. Free us like you did in the past. Meanwhile, while he's lore dumping all this stuff on him in his room and learning stuff, Adriana, there we go. She took pictures while she was in the tomb, and now she's deciphering them now that she's back and away from danger. And she's the one that learns that Black Adam's not the one who they thought he was. Instead of Hawkman telling her this time, she figures it out because it's on the tomb, so we don't need Hawkman lore dumping anything. And then they have that discussion of like, oh crap, maybe Black Adam's not who we. Oh, that would make sense of why he did the things he did in the tomb. Oh no, and we get the backstory of the wizards imprisoning him.
Yeah.
When she confronts him with it, he's like, blah 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 blah. That's what happened. They imprisoned me. So then Amon takes Black Adam out into the city, and like he did in the movie, and then like forces Black Adam to fight the Intergang guys, and he eats a few people here and there. So that's the same scene that happens in the movie. But this time, instead of the JSA showing up to fight him for the next 7 to 10 minutes or whatever, this time word gets out that Black Adam's in the city, or some superpowered person is in the city, and yeeting people all over the place. So Graven sends out an Eternium situated strike team. Like they have Eternium weapons, so Eternium rounds, batons with it. Like they're ready to go because on Earth there are a lot of superheroes around. They would be prepared for superpowered individuals. It's not just a mercenary squad with normal guns.
Yes.
They're actually going to be people who could actually hurt him.
Yeah, it's not people who are like, there's a superhero. Why would they be here? Like, because they're in this universe. Like, they're,
Yes. I know, right? I know. So these guys show up, and they're doing a little bit of damage, but not a ton, because they're kind of still not normal people, and even though they got, like, cool equipment and stuff, and some weapons that work, like, it's still Black Adam, and he's still just bodying people. And Amon's like, now Amon's seeing this for the first time. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh my god, whoa, this is over and beyond what the Justice League and stuff do. Like, dude, what are you doing? That's not what heroes do. He's like, I'm not a hero. It's Amon, because again, Amon's taking that fate role of like, hey, I'm the moral center here. What? Even though he's like happy that Intergang's being taken out, he's like, but also like, whoa, okay. I didn't expect this level of brutality. Yeah. Because I thought you're going to be our hero. I was like, I'm not a hero. So everything is freaking out. He's not really cool about stuff. So after those guys are gone, and Black Adam does get hurt from he is getting wounded by these weapons. He's like, why is this Eternium being used against me? Our people need to be free. This is our resources. How dare they use it against us? He goes back to the throne room that's in the most of the movie, and then Ariana shows up, and they have that little talk about they talk more about the backstory and stuff like that. Yeah, and this is the part where Amon gets kidnapped on the bike thing again, but maybe there's like a couple less bikes, so the scene's a little shorter. But he gets stolen. Hey, give us the crown for the kid. That whole same thing happens. They do the switch, and Ishmael shoots at Amon. Black Adam stops the bullet, just like in the movie, and then just backhand yeets Ishmael against the wall, and he's like, gets that crown, super dead. Yeah. He's got the crown in his hand, but like crazy dead. And then we see Graven come into his own, and I was like, okay, well, no more of this. You have no idea who I am and what you're messing with. And now Graven and Black Adam go at it. And it's a pretty even fight. And as they're fighting, Graven downloads more information about, hey, do you have any idea who my father is? What Apocalypse is? More information about the modern world. And Black Adam don't give no F's about who you is, because like, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you. Yeah. And so they're fighting and they're flying.
I'm not worried about starting an interdimensional.
Yeah, this isn't about space. This is about Kahndaq. He's punching. They're going at it. They're pretty evenly matched, but you can just see Black Adam getting more angry, and his rage is building.
And his rage is building. Starts getting brighter and bigger. And...
Exactly. And then he just loses it on this guy and just punches right through his chest and takes his heart out. It's Black Adam, damn it. Crushes his heart. Graven's dead. Whoa! That was what? Holy crap! Oh my god! People can't believe this. We're free. That was the leader of the Intergang.
To be fair, they chopped the other guy's head off, so it's like, no, he's not. They're the moral high ground of the.
Oh sure. People are like, I mean, all right, Glaze on our team. Woo, 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 woo. Black Adam goes back to the warehouse where the stuff was, basically the same set from the movie, but Adriana and Amon are hurt. And this time the JSA didn't protect them. They got hurt. And Black Adam finally has that flash of like, oh my god, this is just like my wife and kid.
Yep.
And now we have this moment where he's just like, this is happening all over again. It's my rage got to me again, even though I'm doing the right thing. And he just leaves. He walks away, and this time he powers on his own because he's having a moment here.
Yeah.
He says Shazam, depowers, and just leaves. So we're gonna follow Black Adam a little bit here as he's walking through the city, and we learn about his true origin. As like, my son was the champion, and I got the powers, and now the audience is aware of like, oh, this is what actually happened. This makes sense why he would walk. He's remembering what happened before.
Absolutely.
So he walks through the city, meeting the people, talking to them, helping them out here and there, learning about modern day Kahndaq.
Yeah.
And like just learning and understanding and like reflecting on his past and like realizing that his rage and his anger are righteous because these people shouldn't have done this to his descendants.
His country has been persecuted since day one.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So like he wasn't exactly wrong, but maybe his rage, his issue got in his own way again.
Yeah.
And so he just and learns more about the people and like become like more aware of the people of Kahndaq, of modern Kahndaq, where he's been apart from for too long. When he was raging out against the guy in the beginning in the flashbacks, like he was just like because remember he just floats around everywhere because he's above everybody.
Yeah.
And now he's on the ground, depowered, learning about his country, and he walks all the way back up to that hill that he talked to his son about in the beginning of like the people need a hero. He's like, don't be a hero. And he's just on top of that hill overlooking modern day Kahndaq, and he's gonna have the moment. And he's gonna cry. He's lost his son. He's lost 5,000 years of time. We're gonna have a good character moment with the CG rock face on a smaller guy, and then while he's busy having that moment, we're gonna flash back over to the warehouse, and we're gonna see Ishmael's body start doing a little twitch, and the camera's gonna go into the crown and then go straight to hell, and then we're gonna have that scene of like Ishmael in hell. But now, since we talked about it at the beginning, now we know what's going on. Because we talked about it at the beginning. So like, oh, this makes sense. This is why the crown was... Oh, okay. Neat. Oh, he's going to be their champion. Oh, okay. This is coming to fruition instead of just like, what's happening? I guess this? Nope. Talked about it in the beginning, and now it's happening. Ishmael becomes Sobek, the champion of the Seven Devils or whatever, and then starts just going through town, and we see like fires and smoke in the distance as Teth Adam is like, what's going on? And you can hear the cries of the people, and like they're people are calling out for Black Adam or Teth, the champion, where's the champion? And we had this moment. This is the moment that took way too long in the movie of Dr. Fate, like talking to him in his head, like pull the tube out, get out, fight through the people, swim to the top of the water, say the word, like it's like no, this is the moment. It's a little shorter of him realizing that he needs to be the people's champion. Because he's The Rock. He needs to step up. He needs to be the hero that his son always wanted. The hero his son was.
Yes.
And we, the flashbacks, we hear the son in his voice. We hear the people, screaming, both in the past and the present, crying out for help from their hero. And he's like, I need to step back up. This is my moment. Maybe I went about things a little too harshly before, but like, it's time for me to be the hero that I can be. My version of a hero. Mm-hmm. The music swells and it's an amazing moment. And he says, Shazam! Boom! Badass rock with a thing, and the rock music starts playing, and he's just flies through the city, and then just...
Do you smell what I am cooking?
And then, basically, after that, like, it's mostly the same movie. They beat the crap out of each other. There's no... Sobek's aiming for the throne, not because it's like some type of MacGuffin that would lead to ultimate power or something, because it seemed like the throne was... It seemed like the throne was important for a reason, right?
Yeah, but
it really wasn't. Yeah,
they didn't explain it.
They didn't explain it at all. But so this time he's just like, I'm just gonna go back to the throne that I should have been mine from the beginning. There's no magic power there.
Yeah.
But that's where he's headed, and then the Skelly Man can show up, and then we can have like a go get him, Spidey moment, because like Black Adam can be fighting Sobek, and then like the people are rallying behind him, like go get him, get him, kill him, and then the Skeleton Man can show up and like, oh no, we gotta, and then we can have that moment. He can like punch Sobek away and get a moment to be like, rally his people.
Yeah.
Amon does not give the speech. Makes no sense for this 14-year-old boy to rally the people. The champion should rally the people. Everyone gets behind Black Adam. This is his moment of announcing to the people that I'm going to be the champion. He's still, kind of angry and rageful and, will yeet people and be a little brutal. But, like, he's made a couple steps on the, I'm going to go about this maybe a little bit better. So he rallies the people. Everyone's like, go get him, Spidey.
Yeah.
And then the fight continues. And then he rips his freaking horns off, just like he does in the movie. And then, hooray, Black Adam wins.
Huh.
Then he has the moment of the throne, like, you can lead us. It's like, but you know what? I don't want to. This doesn't feel right. Maybe he can smash the throne again. Although, going back when I was doing research, that shot of him on the throne is so nails the
Oh,
one
have
of the
you
most.
seen the Alan Moore art on
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
It's not Alan Moore.
Jim was it Jim Lee? Wait, whoever did that art shot of him on the throne with the one leg up a little bit, like it's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was it was good.
I guarantee, like maybe The Rock saw that poster and was like, "I want to be that guy." I don't know who that guy is, but he's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty great, dude.
So yeah, Amon and Ariana can be like, kind of be that push that he needs, because like they will be, and in the future they will get powers as well.
Oh, okay.
Because in the comics they do, and they're not going to get murdered so he can go evil again. No, we're going to watch his character grow, and have a family in the modern time, and he will get to a point much like Billy does of like, I need to share the power with my loved ones, and we can save our people together.
Yeah.
So the credits roll, and then the credits stop, and then I don't mind having that Superman scene. I kind of liked it, but it's not the last scene. The rest of the credits are going to grow, and before we get Georgia'd, we see Black Adam in the throne room area or whatever, and the camera pans back and then zooms all the way halfway around the world, and we just hang over Philadelphia and we zoom right and close, and there's Billy and the gang just being a bunch of goofy goobers, having fun, being adorable. Like Mary's reading something, Freddy's got his crutch and like being cool, and the little girl's like being a nerd and running around. Like everyone's God, they're so adorable, and you just want to squeeze them till their heads pop off. Yeah. And then so I think they're maybe playing tag or something like that, and Billy gets knocked a little too hard, and he's like loses his balance with his crutch, and he says Shazams.
Wait, Billy.
I'm sorry, Freddy. Freddy loses his balance, and before he falls, Shazams into Captain Marvel Jr., or I don't know what everyone's, or maybe just Freddy. So he Shazams into his adult form, and so everyone's like, oh, then everyone does it. Shazam! And then so now they're all adults and still being goofy goobers with their powers, just playing around and having fun until the youngest one, the speedster, it's like everyone just kind of stops and gets like a real like a cold shiver across their spine, and she's like, but she goes up and grabs Freddy's hand. It's like, Freddy, did you feel that? And everyone's like looking around like, what the heck was that? Did you guys feel that? And then Billy was like looks at everybody, and like Mary's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. And then Billy's like, okay, I don't know what that was, but that felt very familiar, but really dark. I guess whatever that is, I guess we'll deal with it when it comes. And then tag! And then they're back to being goofy goobers and having fun. But the Shazam family just got a Peter tingle that something is amiss and something's up.
Interesting.
Because you can't have this movie without having some type of the adorableness of the Shazam kids not being like, oh, just not even maybe tangentially aware that something is up. Yeah. Because these two things have to collide as soon as humanly possible.
Yep.
Because we saw a trailer for the Shazam 2 before the movie started. Yep. And I was like, I can't wait for this movie. Yeah. These guys are so much fun. And I can't believe I'm saying that, because in the comics, I was like, this idea is stupid. But in the theater, it's great.
Yeah. It's really fun. It's a great fix, bud.
Thanks.
Really nice job.
More of a character piece for The Rock. He takes a couple more steps on the anti-hero's journey.
Yeah. That actually pairs quite nicely into my fix.
Oh. Okay.
I am of the firm and granted, understand that this also involves The Rock, and I didn't realize that when I first had the thought, but it does. For me, Black Adam as a movie, conceptually, is as if they made the Scorpion King movie
Okay.
before the second Mummy movie came out.
Oh, okay.
In
That
that
didn't establish what this guy was.
it did not. It would be like, oh, this is the Scorpion King. Here's all the exposition you're gonna know. Oh my god. This is related to other stuff, but we're not gonna talk about it. It's so much. So my fix for Black Adam is I am not making a Black Adam movie.
Okay.
This movie is Shazam 2. Black Adam should have just been the villain, quote unquote, of Shazam 2. Like, that's how there's Black Adam on its own without it's like the Joker movie. Very well acted, really interesting film, but at the end of the day I was like, there's no Batman in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm supposed to. You can't. What? I understand, and I know people are gonna get it in the comments. Thanks for the engagement about. Well, the Joker movie. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, it's a Batman character. We saw Bruce again.
The reason I didn't watch Gotham is because there was no Batman in it.
Thank you. Okay,
I heard it's crazy, but
Yeah.
I would much rather watch a Batman show than a villain
Thank
show.
you. Agreed. So this movie opens up on suburban Philadelphia. All of the Shazam kids they're late to school. Of
course.
And they're like skateboarding, rollerblading to school.
Yeah.
But they're all like, oh, we're late, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, and we got that meeting at 2. Like, what are we going to do? And Billy's just like, at 2 o'clock, everyone just follow my lead. And they're all like, what? That's not a plan, Billy. He's like, just follow my lead, you guys. Well, and they're like, okay. He's like, okay. And they're running late to school. They all go in to get into school. And they finally get to class, and Billy and Freddie sit down in their class, and there's like a guest teacher that week.
Okay.
And they're like, hey, we're gonna be we're doing ancient history in social studies, and this is an expert on the legends of Kahndaq. And they're gonna go through, tell the whole story about how Kahndaq is a land that is rich in eternium, and so it has been fought over for centuries. Mm-hmm. And then we'll tell there's a lot of different mythologies about what's happened. Some of it may be true, so we're not 100% sure.
Sure.
But then they talk about one of the most prolific, if you can call it that, invasions of Kahndaq. Was by the warlord Vandal Savage.
I'm very proud of you.
And,
good job. Good pull.
And the legend of Vandal Savage was that he took and enslaved all of Kahndaq to mine for eternium, just for glory and for whatever. They didn't really know what they were going to do with it. They just knew it was valuable. And the legend of a small boy starting a revolution, but then when that boy is taken to be executed in front of Savage, his father sacrifices himself, basically I volunteers as tribute to die in lieu of his son. And as the sword goes down on the father, the last thing he sees is his son's throat being slit as well. But then he was the father was not killed that day, and became the hero of we're not sure, he was either swept away or granted powers by a lightning bolt on that day. The writings are very unclear. But he saved Kahndaq from the Savage invasion, and became the champion of Kahndaq, and all this stuff, yada 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 yada. And it's like, oh, cool. And then 2 o'clock rolls around.
Yeah. yeah.
And Billy's like, oh man, I don't feel so good. I gotta go to the nurse's office. And Freddy's like, yeah, me too.
no, no.
Yeah, it's just kids just like faking sick, and the teacher's like, okay. And so they like go to all the other students and then like all the other classes to get the other kids, and they're just like you're like through the window, like, you're sick, like you're sick, and they're like, oh, I'm sick.
And the little girl's having a hard time doing because she's not very good at lying.
And then they're all in the nurse's office, and the nurse is like, so you're all sick, and they're like, yeah, we're all sick.
Oh, must be something we ate at home. Oh no.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, and she's like, your ride is here. And then you think it's going to be their foster parents, but it's actually like, it's just like a guy in a suit, and like they get picked up like in a really fancy car. And they all get in the car and they're like, okay, cool. No.
Oh.
You know what it is? Sorry. Sorry, I had it written differently. They're all in the nurse's office.
Right.
She's like, oh, your ride is here, you guys. And they're like, oh, hey, can you just like give us a second? Like, we got to talk to this guy. The nurse was like, whatever.
Yeah,
they don't pay me enough.
Yeah, I don't care. Clearly
so they
something's
close
up,
the
but
door
whatever,
before
kids.
the driver gets in, and then they all Shazam in the office. and so the guy's like, are you guys the Shazams? The Shazams. And they're like, oh, hey.
Yes.
It's just a nurse.
Hello,
like,
fellow
a
adult.
little nurse's office just like completely obliterated. They're like, oh, hey, see you later. They get in the car and they go, and we realize that their thing at 2:00 was that they have a meeting with the JSA.
Oh,
because they're like, hey, you're superpowered people just like chilling, so like we should probably get to know each other because we don't want you to be a liability. Like, it's kind of our responsibility to to kind of police the superpowered, because I kind of liked that they were like, we're the one group that kind of has international jurisdiction.
Yeah,
like I liked that's what the JSA does.
And it's a safer place for younger heroes. Not all of them, but because we don't have like the Titans and stuff yet.
Exactly.
But the JSA does take in a lot of younger members.
Yes. And they're like, well, we're looking for like new members, and like you guys seem like
there's 7 of you, so
there's 7 of you, so that's huge.
That helps the roster.
That definitely really helps. But cut to they're having this meeting, and then we cut back to a modern day Kahndaq.
Okay.
And we're under occupation again.
Of course.
That's also part of the reason why they're talking about in school. Like, Kahndaq is under occupation again. This time it's by, corporate entities, but they're still
like a Roxxon.
Yes. Yeah. It's
Whatever,
still
DC,
very
yeah.
aggressive. Like the people of Kahndaq are still struggling with, outside influences on their Eternium. And we see miners hit an extraordinarily large vein of Eternium with a pretty intense drill.
Okay.
And there's just a quake of energy.
Mm-hmm.
And like, oh, what was that? What was that? And they're like, I don't know, but someone's gonna have to tell the boss. Because it's not supposed to do that. I don't know. That's weird. Cut back to JSA with all the kids.
Mm-hmm.
All of the kids drop out of Shazam.
Right.
Except for Billy. Billy is still Shazam, but all the other kids are
depowered,
and they're just kids. And they're like, y'all are just kids? Come on. What?
No.
No.
Oh, wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Cyclone's at least she's 19. What is going on? You
This
guys.
isn't gonna work. And they look.
How many of you can drive?
They look at Billy. They're like, "You're not a kid, right?" And he's like, "No, I'm 19."
Yeah, I'm 19. Yep.
These are just all my. They're. Yeah. And they're like, okay. And so they're trying to figure out. They're like, we don't know why this happened. Like, this has never happened before. And then they go into a command center kind of situation. They see on the television that there is a new superpowered being in Kahndaq who has just been wiping out miners, and there's a big standoff, and all we see is all you can see from afar because it's a wide shot.
Yeah.
But you see a figure in black with a cape, and just a bright glowing
Lightning bolt.
Yeah. And they look at Billy's lightning bolt and go, something you want to tell me about?
Is there an 8th kid?
Is
there another kid you haven't told us about?
Hawkman's like, is he a kid too, or what are we doing here? Billy's like, no, I don't know this one.
That's Shazam humor. That's exactly what's in the script. Yeah.
And so basically he takes off. I think Shazam takes off with the JSA towards like, hi, your kids, we can't, this is illegal liability in a spectacular way.
Yeah.
They go off to Kahndaq to see, to just see what this is.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids basically on their way home are basically met with like a little portal of Shazam, who is the wizard Shazam.
Okay.
Who is like, he's still alive, right? Did he die in the other movie? Oh no.
He did.
Ah, crap.
But magic. Oh, but he's in the second one.
He is in the second one.
He's in the trailer of the second one. So for reasons, he is still alive. He did dust him. He did dust in the. He got
no. I can fix this.
Sure.
I can fix this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Shazam.
It's all good.
They are able to. They have enough power to open up a portal to the cavern.
The Rock of Eternia.
The Eternia situation, and they find
Eternity.
Rock of Eternity.
Yeah,
yep.
that would be where He-Man is.
They
Castle Grayskull. What are we doing in here?
Are the fun uncles. We are not the smart ones.
Badass wizard Tila.
They find their way
I feel funny.
to the cave.
Yes, I do.
And they the cave is a little bit different, and there's like normally like the power like surging through the rock and things like that.
Sure.
But they find that like all like the power is being diverted to there's like all the statues and
the Seven Deadly Sins.
But there's also like other statues like in other rooms, and they find like all the power is being like diverted to this like side statue of this woman, and they don't know who or what she is.
Oh, okay.
And they're like trying to figure out. They're like going through all the scrolls and stuff, and like so that's what it gives the other kids something to do and something to help with.
Mm-hmm.
So they meet up with Shazam. He is not interested in talking. They have to fight him. And they were like, "Hey, Billy, you need to hang back because we don't know how he's going to react to you, and vice versa." So like the JSA goes out and fights him. It does not go well. Eventually to where it lands to a standstill, and basically like we figure out that he's just like I knew I sensed something in Kahndaq. I sensed an old villain. He was like Vandal Savage has returned to Kahndaq, and I must destroy him. And they're like, Vandal Savage, that person doesn't exist. Like that may have been a person from like your old times. And so it's the kind of thing where he was like, all of like these mining operations, like they have like they're technically legal, like they have technical legal claim to like what they're
like
mining.
Stag Industries or something. Like that's a corporation that works in DC.
And Black Adam is like, okay, if that's how you want to take, like you guys are also intruders on my land, like I will treat you as
invaders.
Invaders. Yeah. And just kind of mops the floor with them and takes off. And it's just basically like for a large amount of this movie, like he's kind of wiping the floor with
the JSA?
with the mining operations and just like taking care of task. And they're like, and Billy's like, I gotta go talk to this guy. Clearly, like his powers are similar to mine. He might have known Shazam. He might have known like I gotta go deal with this guy. And so Shazam.
Are you mean Black Adam?
What's up?
You mean Black Adam?
Black Adam might know. What do you mean? What?
You kept saying Shazam. I think there was a couple times I think you meant Black Adam.
Oh, maybe. Sorry, I'm like
it's okay.
I'm running real hot.
Yeah, I can see.
I'm trying to nail all my points because I don't keep it on this. I keep it in here. And I pass the savings on to you. So Billy goes out to meet up with Black Adam. They have a little bit of a fight, but he's trying to get like his backstory out of him. And Black Adam is like, I can prove that Savage is alive and here, and he was like, if I can prove that, will you help me fight him?
Oh.
He's like, he has come back to reclaim this Eternium, and this is a large amount of what powers us and what powers Shazam. Like, this is an affront to our entire being, and if we are gonna, he basically starts playing like the hero. Like, the Kahndaq is a place of great magical importance.
Yeah.
And if you value your powers, and if you want to repower your family, you need to help me to defeat Vandal Savage.
Okay.
And he's like, okay. He's an immortal being. Like, he has embraced the powers of darkness, and he is trying to Kahndaq is a place of light, and he is trying to destroy it. So Billy and Black Adam start taking out the trash a little bit.
Okay.
And JSA is like, hey, what's up, bud? And he's like, just be cool. I can kind of guide him in the right direction.
Trying to mitigate the destruction.
He was like, I can make sure that no one gets hurt, that doesn't start anything with us. He's like, we just need to get to. So they kind of figure out their way, and it comes to light that it is that like Vandal Savage is actually the guy in charge.
Oh, crap.
And we find out about all of his backstory.
Sure.
It's like he is like the million-year-old man.
Yeah.
And he is just like, I have wanted to destroy this place since he was like, all this Eternium, or whatever it's called.
I think you're right.
This Eternium is too powerful to be in anyone's hands. He was he was like, you guys are too powerful. He was like, this whole concept of a magical heroes just gets people hurt. He's like,
I've lived long enough. I see the consequences of this.
I've lived long enough to see what this stuff can do. I'm taking it off the board. So we find a Vandal Savage who's like kind of as
a little bit of a point.
He got a point. He's a little Lex Luthor-y. And we see Black Adam and Shazam is like, okay, but like there's ways we can go about this. Like, okay, like I think we can maybe talk this out. I think maybe we can figure out a solution here, because like I see where you're coming from. Like, they've kind of defeated him, and Black Adam rips this dude in half, rips him in half. And he's like, this is the like if we are going to protect our people and protect what is important to us, we need this. And this person, regardless of whether or not they're correct, he is like,
he has no right to this.
Stone forward. And Shazam is like, oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh no, you're bad. Oh, you're bad. Oh crap. Oh no, now we're going to have to fight. And as they are fighting, like, I like the idea of them kind of talking about, like, them actually hashing some crap out.
Yeah.
And Shazam, I think, finally, like, kind of takes Black Adam to task, but he also is figuring out, like, his past. And eventually gets to a point where they've kind of just beaten each other up so hard that they're just exhausted.
Sure.
So they're just kind of, like, chilling at like the bottom of or like a mountaintop or something, and just talking stuff through. And Black Adam is like, if you want something in life, you have to take it, and you have to prevent people, like everyone on the outside is going to try to take what they need for themselves and protect theirs. So all I'm doing is protecting mine. He's like, it's just like how I got these powers. And then we flash back, and we find out that he was like, I've killed Vandal before. I will probably have to kill him again. Flash back to him getting the powers from Shazam.
Yeah.
Going to Vandal Shazam. Savage and absolutely like genociding all of these people, like killing so many people that the wizards attempt to
subdue him. Yeah,
and they depower him, but there's all like in the flashback we also see Teth Adam going to Blaze, who is Shazam's daughter, who has been outcast from the Wizard Collective. This is deep dive.
Okay.
And him making a deal with her to attempt to basically get her steal his powers back
Sure.
from the wizards. And it inevitably, and that's why that's what the kids are figuring back out in the cave, that all the power that's being diverted from the cave to the statue, we figure out the statue is the daughter. And so they figure out a way to remove this Blaze character, quote unquote. She's was one of the wizards and then was cast out. It's like a whole thing. And they figure out that once they remove her statue from the grid, whatever the power grid is, that that Black Adam basically loses his powers.
Oh.
For the most part.
Okay.
And so Black Adam is defeated. We figure out that it's you stole your powers from this is not how Shazams work. This is not
There are rules to Shazamming.
And I think they're all riding in the plane back, and with both the statue from the cave and Teth Adam in stasis, and it's just after they've done that, the cave recharges and the kids have their powers back, and the JSA is hey, we can't let you in. We're gonna be watching you guys too. We know you're kids, and that's fine. But let's be cool about this, okay? And then they get back to Philadelphia, and they arrive back at home, and the parents are like, "Hey, so we heard you went home sick. Care to explain
where you've been?"
And then and they're like, "Oh, everything's fine." And then I think the little one sneezes and just turns into one of the Shazams. So the cat's out of the bag with the parents at that point. Yeah, and I think we figure out that at the end of the day, he was supposed to be a villain. Mm-hmm. But I think there should be little glimmers of,
Yes.
I got ahead of myself.
Okay, rewind.
I need to rewind. I'm so sorry.
That's quite all right.
Because this is the moment that actually kind of, I think, heals Black Adam. Because in the middle of their fight, when the kids are trying to take the statue off of the power grid, they're trying to move the magic around the cave.
Sure.
At a certain point, Black Adam is pounding on Shazam, and then suddenly Billy's Shazam drops out, and it's just Billy, and Black Adam is about to demolish him, and then as he sees him as a kid, he's like, "What? You're a child with this power?" And then he flashes back to his son. And then he flashes back, and that's where we get the info dump of I stole this power to defend my child, and it wouldn't even, he was already dead. He was I've been chasing a ghost. That's
very
huge.
good.
That's the big thing that leads into the info dump.
Yep.
And it also is gives them a funny thing, but you almost killed Billy. That's okay. So the post-credit sequence is obviously at some point in the plane landing, I think there's a small crack in the statue of Blaze.
Sure.
And that there's just a little bit of something that just kind of creeps into Black Adam's case.
Okay.
And his eyes open.
Yep.
And then that's it.
Okay.
But it needs to be a Shazam movie. Then we can get a Black Adam doing his own thing.
Okay.
I don't know.
I hear you. It's a little weird that they started a Black Adam franchise or a series of movies without him being intrinsically connected to Billy and the gang.
It's weird.
When the wizard Shazam is in Black Adam, as he's the only one that survives Black Adam beating the crap out of all of them before they can imprison him. So yeah. And it's the wizard, you were the mistake from your mistake from the past. He's the one that the wizard didn't want to make the same mistake twice. He was talking about you.
Yeah,
but I wasn't talking about you. It's his son. See, because the only thing because at this point we just saw Wakanda Forever, and so this is a little spoiler for this. The only thing I'm thinking about with your fix is that if we introduce him, we would need to introduce Black Adam as a villain or as an antagonist to Billy and the gang. That his journey to not be a bad guy would be harder, I think, a little bit. Or not be a great good guy, but like a less gruff, mean uncle guy.
Yeah, and now that I'm even if we're hitting the editing floor now, like this has been kind of like pie in the sky. I think there's like a moment with Vandal Savage where he could use Eternium to like drop Billy's powers, and that's where Black Adam realizes he's a kid, and Black Adam is going to protect the child as much as possible, and that's where they have a connection. He's just like. And he's like, "Why did you save me against Vandal Savage?" Like, clearly,
we've been at odds this whole
this
time,
relationship wasn't going to work out. And he was like, "You're your child." He was like, that's
what
good people do." And Shazam's like, "So you're a good person?" He's like, "Of course.
I'm just protecting my people."
Yeah,
protecting.
I think there's a way to set up that, because like Black Adam has always been lawful evil.
Yes.
Like as long as you don't, if you don't F around, you don't find out.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yes. But people just keep being like, "Oh, we just need a powered bad guy." So Black Adam is here for some stupid. He's manipulated, or stupid. Lex Luthor talked to him. Like, nah, man, this isn't. Nah. Yeah, because I would not want Black Adam to be Namored in that, because at this point, I don't think Namor's getting his own movie.
You're so mad at Namor.
I hate Namor.
I love Namor.
I hate him so much.
I think he's so. I love MCU Namor. I think it's great.
I can't wait for Hulk to punch him in the mouth.
Oh man,
just over and over and over again.
Catch him first.
Yeah, that's true. But when he does, he's gonna catch that. Why am I blanking on the damn name? He's a human-sized golden snitch. Is what Namor is. He's a human snitch. Yeah, got him.
It's wings off. Snitches get stitches.
Yeah. We did it, Jay.
We fixed it.
We did fix it. Those are good fixes. And the best thing was about your fix? You really had that Shazam humor.
Yeah, it's gotta be funny.
It's gotta be funny.
It's gotta be funny.
Is this wholesome, funny, and silly? He's a bunch of goobers.
I love the idea of Black Adam rolling, or Shazam rolling with Black Adam to kind of help him fight Vandal Savage. It's got almost a Training Day vibe. You know what I mean? It's I'm really yeah. You know how you're a superhero. Or you know how you're new Shazam. I'm real good at this. You may not like my methods, but I'm better at this than you. Yeah, I love the idea of the best version of a Shazam. Just also happens to be kind of evil. Whoops. It's like Sentry. It's I'm the most powerful being in the Marvel Universe. I'm so crazy that I created my own supervillain, and he's real bad. Whoops. Uh-oh. All right. Well, I think we got there.
We did it.
I think we did it.
We did it.
Nailed it.
We did it again.
Nailed it.
Hey!
Not TM. Don't got it.
No, that's a pretty good name for a podcast. Yeah, I think we should probably pull that one.
Nailed it. That's like the Fix It Companion podcast where people are like, "Oh, let's fix their fixes."
We could just keep doing this dance.
Keep eating our tail. Yum 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 yum.
Put it in a bowl with some blue milk. Yum yum.
All right, everybody. Well, I think we did it.
We
nailed it. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for watching, if that's how you're doing it. If you're listening to this on anywhere you find podcasts, if you wouldn't mind leaving us a quick review or leaving us 5 stars, it is a huge help. We've already 125 reviews so far. Which is really
wow.
Cool. That's a lot.
That's great.
I want more. I want more.
All right. Daddy.
I want more, Daddy.
More reviews, Daddy.
I want more reviews, Daddy.
More stars, please. Daddies.
Yeah. For the one person that left a blueberry muffin recipe as
Did
their
they
review.
really?
Yeah. And Crispy texted me.
Oh, did
he was like, here's a blueberry muffin recipe. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, from the end of Fix It. I was like, I don't remember anything.
Yeah, I don't.
I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'm sure this was a bit we did, but we do so many bits. I don't remember all of them. But he reminded me of it. And then someone left one, and I was like, yeah.
Nice.
Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you wouldn't mind doing all that YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, hit that bell, do that YouTube that you do so well. You're internet literate. You know what you're supposed to do if you like us. And also for everyone who's been leaving comments on the videos and just riffing on the bits and sending us your fixes, thank you guys so much. We have a lot of fun making this show.
Please keep it up.
And the fact that either people are really enjoying this show or are enraged by it.
Oh, no.
Either or, people are like, you can't fix Back to the Future 3. And I'm like, yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can. We didn't say it was bad. Offered an alternative. That's all.
No, it's great. Look, it's all engagement, baby. I'm happy about it. All right, y'all. As we end every episode, heartbreak feels good in a place like this.
It's the slow Shazam that you never see coming.
I thought you were going to say the Shazam knife.
Shazam! 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 Shazam!
All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.